Good morning slash afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Laughing Places Disney Park live walk and talk. Today we are coming to you live from we moved. I'm so confused. Today we're coming to you live from the Taste of Epcot International Festival of the Arts, and we are here to do Figment's Brush with the Master Scavenger Hunt. So please join us. Take a seat as we walk around World Showcase and try to find all the hidden figments. We can all help out Jeremiah. How are you today, Jeremiah?
I'm doing quite well. How about yourself, Dewey?
I am doing quite well. Thank you very much. Hi, Tammy. Tammy's here all the way from Australia. Of course, we missed you. We always miss you when you're not on our streams. So, what exactly is the Figment's Brush with the Masters scavenger
So,
hunt?
as we've done in the past, they have, here's the map with the different pavilions. And on the flip side are works of art, even though the Mona Lisa really isn't a work of art, it just became famous because of the theft. Um, but sorry, that was one of those things when I went to the Louvre that they tell you all about. Um, and throughout the pavilions of Epcot, they have these works of art that Figment has taken over. This is the same scavenger hunt that they've had for the past. I want to say this was an opening. Yeah, this was one of the opening things 5 years ago. So we will walk through. Well, first let's start off over here so we can. We're kind of doing like three things today. We're gonna look for the chock full of characters, which is lots of fun. It's the little characters that are hidden throughout the pavilions. And then we're going to look for the works of art that Figment have taken over and put them on our little map and redeem for a fun little puzzle. But this is the first time that you and I have got to enjoy the Festival of the Arts so far, Doobie. So
Indeed.
we'll start with this walkway. Sadly, it does not have any doves or Christmas lights, but it does have chalk art.
I'm a fan.
And on both sides of the walkway, there are different artists, including some that have been doing this since back when it was Festival of the Masters, back at.
Downtown Disney.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is my enduring memory of Festival of the Masters at Downtown Disney is going there and not messing up people's paintings as they're doing chalk work on the street.
The first day, last Friday, usually the fall we're cold or the winter we're cold, but we're not very rainy. We had a rainstorm that hit Thursday night, so they covered up most of the ones that were there, but there were a few that didn't get covered that well. So we had Mary Poppins with the running chalk.
Oh, that's sad. But I mean, it kind of fits the movie. This is so cute. That's from a recent movie, isn't it?
That is from Seoul. And speaking of Seoul, we did have some breaking news this morning. For those of you who are familiar with Epcot and the American Adventure Pavilion, the gallery in there that often changes, that right now is Native American? No, African American. I can never remember which one it is because they change it, thankfully, often, is changing to the soul of jazz, the American Adventure.
An interesting crossover. It's not typical for that area to have any sort of a Disney IP connection. That seems like a one that works well.
Yeah, the brief stuff that they told us and the video that we saw is up on our YouTube channel, and I believe we put it up on. We have an article up. It was just a minute blurb about what's coming, and they're going to focus on jazz, and jazz is very much a American art form.
Yes,
So
indeed.
it'll be all about that. And that comes in February. They didn't give us an exact date, but hopefully before February 22nd when the Taste of Epcot International Festival of the Arts ends.
So in a sense, it's going to be all that jazz.
Yes.
Jazz. Okay. Hi, Michaela. I agree. It does sound pretty neat. All right. So we have seen the chalk, and now we're on our way to begin the scavenger hunt.
Correct.
So
we are walking by the different food booths, of course.
Can you show your easel again? And how much did it cost to get this?
$7.99.
And you go around, you mark all the spots, you take it back, and what do you get in return?
You get a nice little puzzle, which I'm not going to spoil right now, but I did pick it up because the last couple of times when we've done these, it's been a little challenging to try to redeem while holding the camera and doing everything. So,
Getting ahead. Way to go, Jeremiah.
hey, we've only been doing this for 8 months now.
Long time.
So, of course, there's the world famous Starbucks.
I'm excited. I think this style of scavenger hunt where they work it into like art, famous artwork is more attractive than just kind of sticking them up somewhere in the pavilion. So I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, the first year they did this, I talked to anybody that would listen about they needed to sell the artwork because, as you'll see, it has Figment as Mona Lisa. He's snuck into different things. I know you're not the biggest Figment fan, but it's still something very unique. And the next year they actually did have it, and it is art on demand at the Art of Disney stores.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. I like Figment in artwork. I got to admit, I like Figment. I just think he's a little too hyped, but I like him.
It's okay.
So we are going Canada first. I'm guessing.
Yes. And as I was saying, we will not only be looking for the Figment Brush with the Masters artwork, but we will also be looking for the chock full of characters. And since this is the fifth day of the, um, yes, the second barge is out there, Tony.
Okay, so we'll need to get a good look at that. I'm like, hey,
Uh,
did you miss the weather question? I asked him before we started. I forgot to ask during the stream. How's the weather today, Jeremiah?
it is beautiful. High 60s. I right now have jeans on, nice little button up shirt, but no long sleeves.
You describe it. Now I want to see it. Such a tease.
What am I going to have to eat another donut?
I wish.
So, as I was saying, since this is the fifth day of this festival, I become pretty well versed in where things are. So, I will play along with you a little bit to see if you can capture things. But this chock full of art or chock full of character is probably one of the most difficult things that I've had to search in any of these parks.
Before you get too far here, can you turn right? I love the gardens of Canada,
The
and
Victoria Gardens.
you walked past them without getting a good view. I think this view here is one of the more underrated views at Walt Disney World. So,
Yeah.
thank you for showing me. Do they ever put a character out there like they do other places?
Not. I've never seen a character out here, and not currently. I know a couple of years ago they had topiaries out in this way, but nothing recently. So
Go ahead.
the first day, I'm looking for all the characters, try to take pictures, and the one here in Canada is very challenging. And I walk up to a customer and finally go, "Can you help me? I don't know where this character is." The customer, because it was the first day, really didn't have much of an idea of what was going on. He goes, "Oh, but I did see something that I didn't know what it was, and it is Coda."
Oh, that's Coda.
Yes, but really, from you can either do this view, kind of the ramp view, or when you're walking up, you can barely see him.
Barely.
Of course, Le Cellier, cheddar soup.
So seeing all these chalk drawings is separate from finding the figments.
Correct.
So there's like two activities you can do as you walk around World Showcase.
Exactly. Plus the chalk artist along the walkway, all the art booth. I got here before opening and spent probably an hour talking to two different artists. And I'll definitely swing by and show off one of theirs. Actually, I missed the first one.
So they must be relieved that you left him alone.
Yeah, I know.
We have found a figment, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So what famous work of art is this?
That is Dreamer's Wood, inspired by Emily Carr's Deep Woods. 1938 to 1939.
Beautiful. So then do we like put a sticker on there?
That sticker.
All right. Well, let's get out of here. Connection's bad and do it.
Yep, and plus, it sounds like the Canada Far and Wide film is about to empty.
Oh, you're in the exit area?
Correct. It's the EPCOT area. Okay.
Canada Far Wide, not starring Martin Short. Yay!
No. This map is as challenging as anything to try to get these stickers off. So, yeah. So we will have to just remember where these are.
I love this bridge. This little hidden walkway.
Yeah.
Canada, underrated pavilion.
Absolutely. I love this. Just walking back here.
You can have water. Everything's better with water.
Except this walkway.
Beautiful. Almost like being a Grizzly River run. Michaela would like to know is that the front or back side of water?
It looks like the front side. I'm not going inside the building to look at the back side.
Well, the one thing about Canada, though, is it does not like the Holy Good connection. That is beautiful.
I don't quite understand, since it's a wide open pavilion, how it affects our connection so much, but I'm guessing it's the Rocky Mountains.
Maybe it's a border security thing. We're better now. We're beautiful. They want to keep the wilderness pristine, so no cell towers back there. Kathy's asking, where is this walkway? So can you describe a little bit what that walkway was in Canada?
Sure. Let me walk down and we can kind of get a upper view of the area.
Kathy is great example of Canada. So she's good. She knows it's Canada. Yeah, we're live now. So if you have any comments, any questions, anything you'd like us to do for you, show you beautiful views like this, one more reason why the Canada Pavilion is awesome, just let us know in the comments. We're happy to accommodate.
And follow us, ring our bell, like us.
I've decided Canada is the #1 pavilion.
Ooh.
Just from this visit. I may change my mind once we get to the next pavilion.
The trading post and the mercantile down here still have not reopened. But you can get most of the Canada merchandise from the booths that are available out front of the pavilion. And there's also that whole thing of you have to come upstairs. So I'll walk over to this area and we will take a look at the secondary barge, or the second barge that has been added for the upcoming Harmonious show.
Debuting someday.
Someday.
So how many will there be once it's done? 4 of them?
4 of those barges plus a center barge.
And why is there a toy boat in there next to them?
Actually, that is a full-size boat. Those barges are just that large.
Wow. That's some good perspective. Good timing, Jeremiah.
Yeah. When I first took the picture, I looked at it and was like, that doesn't look too bad. And then I waited for one of the friendships to pull next to it because it really is, the barges are very large. One of the nice things about the barge, at least from what we've seen from everything, is they won't just be out there during the day. There will be water effects coming off of it, so it will be some activity.
Looking forward to that. Anything with water. Water effects are awesome. Tammy from Down Under is asking, when is Ratatouille opening? The walls are down.
Um, yes, the walls are down. The planters are still there. As we learned this morning, the planters are there because they're going to open up the restrooms back that area sometime soon, which will be the first time that there are public restrooms in France. I think the country and the pavilion.
What is this?
It is a photo opportunity. Guests can walk in and be placed in their favorite works of art. We may see somebody emerge. There you go.
Oh,
Look.
there she is. That is so awesome. This might be the best of the festival.
It is my favorite festival. I will say that till I turn blue in the face and then they paint me as a work of art.
More Oompa Loompa.
Oompa, loompa.
We have now crossed over into the United Kingdom. Whoa, what a swim.
Yes. I'm not sure
Well, they
where I
still have
can take sandwiches into because of Brexit and all that stuff, but I will
Is
walk
that
as far as
Christmas
I can.
before? Christmas is
Sorry?
still up here? Christmas
Christmas is
still?
still up here, yes. From what I understand, the 14th is when things will start to come down. And this is the norm. We're just normally the Christmas stuff stays up until the week after the marathon weekend, which was this past weekend. So it would have taken, they had everything scheduled well before this
Well,
change in the world.
Canada has all that wilderness to walk through, whereas the UK has all these streets to walk through. I don't know. They're both awesome. Aww.
So that is one of the chock full of characters.
So these chock full of characters, which one was it in Canada? Tita? Coda?
Coda.
Coda.
Say it with me, Doobie.
Coda,
Coda.
which
That's a
is
quote from the movie.
a movie set in Canada, and then we have Robin Hood and Peter Pan set in the UK. So they're well themed as well, right?
Yes. And
There.
these back here, in previous years, where the characters have met, they've had these works out near the characters. So, Mulan in China, you'd be able to see this beautiful painting right next to Mulan. And since they're not having the character meet and greets this year, they've relocated them here to this beautiful courtyard so you could see all the works of art.
I have a new appreciation of art seeing all this,
Again, best festival of the year. Although I still don't understand if this was Donald doing a self-portrait. Because he signed, and over there, Mulan is signed, which, I can do a selfie pretty easy, but doing a self-portrait, that's a challenge.
People are into this. I'm so happy to see that.
Maurice created a machine to sketch Belle. I love the Snow White one. That's usually near the wishing well in Germany.
I would love if anyone ever wants to give me a present, I'll take that as like a huge poster I can put on my wall for the rest of my life. I love that. But I love the Maurice created a machine. It's like every time you think they've reached the limit, they just go to the next level.
Yep. Um, oh, sorry, I forgot the thing that we were actually doing. Again, there's so much to see.
Proof that Jeremiah is an android. He just rebooted right before our eyes.
So there we go.
Blue boy. Oh, disturbing.
Purple boy. Yeah.
That is so disturbing.
So that would be that one in UK. I hope somebody's keeping track at home.
And now I'm really fearing the Mona Lisa, seeing what they're doing here.
My favorite is the Screamer.
We have done Canada. We have done the UK.
And now we have a cavalcade coming this way, so it's going to get very loud.
Let's go. Let's watch.
Let's see who's coming down. Oh, here comes the Fab Four.
Fish and chips.
I know. I'm hungry and looking at that. Like, I've not had the fish and chips here in at least a year. And while, fish and chips are prominent, pretty much most restaurants actually eating it from the Yorkshire County Fish Shop makes it special.
If I ever stopped being a vegetarian, that would be one of my first stops.
Have you ever thought about crossing that, you're
Not
a
really.
fishitarian or whatever they're called?
No, not really. It's been a long time. Hey, it's Pluto.
Goofy says hi.
Oh, that's a cute kid.
And there we go. And now we swim upstream.
Jeremiah,
Yes,
being
sir.
such a professional, always finds a little kid to stand next to during those so we can hear their glee and excitement. That was great.
That was a very cute kid. And then with all the changes that they've done with the character meet and greets, out here, you can find Alice.
Ah. Is this near Twinning's Tea?
Yes. And there's a nice painting of the White Rabbit done by Alice, not a self-portrait.
Wonder how long it took her. You think she finished it on time?
It was still a little sketchy. Ha!
Is that a topiary teapot or just a teapot?
Just a teapot. It is still some of the Christmas decorations.
That's Christmas?
Yep.
I like this song.
This is the promenade music for any of the cavalcades. Right now, they're only doing the one we just saw in the princesses, where before they had Elsa and Anna, but now Elsa and Anna are actually in the Norway pavilion outside the Sumer house.
Sumer house. They're now crossing the English Channel.
There you go, Doobie.
Skyliner, love it. Friendship boat. All we need is a monorail and we're set for life. And magical experience.
We were having a discussion coming in this morning and walking under the monorail beams. It's sad not having a monorail coming through Epcot. Like, that is much like Disneyland. When there isn't one in Tomorrowland.
Any thoughts as to why they haven't brought it back since you can park hop now?
No clue.
Good park hopping if you're just staying at Magic Kingdom Resort.
Yeah. They do offer buses at the different parks for the park hopping transportation, which is nice because even though they did it prior, it wasn't something that was really called out much. Now there's a sign outside that says if you're going to park hop, there is a bus transportation available.
Is the resort monorails working though, right?
Correct. But it is not stopping at the Polynesian because that is currently closed and there is no bridge that connects the hotel to the monorail stations. That could be a rough jump.
So are they offering bus transportation to the park there, or you're just supposed to walk to the TTC?
I believe there is bus transportation there, but the Polynesian, with all the work it's undergoing, it seems like that changes almost daily.
And they also have the launch that can float you over to the Magic Kingdom, right?
Correct.
And when that arrives, what do you say?
Ahoy! So here's the Skyliner, and then there's the topiary wall. See, it's a wall made of plants, so it's a
So
topiary.
someday that wall will come down. We will walk under the archway and onto Ratatouille Street and board Ratatouille Ride.
Yes. They do have a standby wait time sign out here. I just love this view with the Skyliner behind it.
We have a request.
Ratatouille. Remy's Ratatouille Adventure.
Wee wee.
So yeah, it's
Well, they put an arcade in here? Traditional definition.
yes. Yeah, so really those topiary walls could disappear, or the planter walls could disappear at any time if you open up the bathrooms.
Since we're here, so is this only Beauty and the Beast now?
No, they do switch over to Impressions de France.
Wee wee.
What time does the film chip out? 6:30.
Oh, featuring music from Disneyland Space Mountain back in the day.
Correct. And there we have Lumiere up there.
Very nice. Very small and high. Kind of hard to see. I like that.
Yeah, the ones here in France they're mini. There's a plethora of characters in chalk here, but
Let's see.
they all are.
Marie, Toodaloo's, and Cheto, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh, I have not had a Beto box in a while.
I don't know if my wife can hear me. I do not know the names of the cats, the cats, other than Marie. But she can't hear me. Toulouse, believe. See, they're Remy. Yeah. And who's that guy?
Emile.
These are so tiny and easy to miss. I love this so much. Oh.
Let me know if we start to lose reception. I'm just going to do a quick circle.
Okay. We're less than perfect, but good enough. Kind of like that show in general.
Hello. No, I'm fine. Reflections of Imagination.
Aww. Very nice.
Did you just let out an aw?
I did. Thank you, Michaela. Very much. I knew Geppetto didn't sound right.
We're a few pavilions away from where Geppetto would be.
I've forgotten how nice it is to walk back here in France with the arcade and everything. This might be my favorite pavilion.
Did you take home that light as a souvenir?
I did not, though. That's not supposed to be that way. Is the fountain running in the front of the land? We have to check that out on the way.
We will walk up that way.
I love the view from the front of that fountain going all the way back to Impressions de France. It is now marred by a bunch of big red balls.
I don't know if you saw when I was walking up towards the Ratatouille archway, but there was a Disney security guard kind of shooing people away from the wall.
I was wondering if he was going to say something to us. Yes.
I was also. He definitely said something to the people that were there taking the pictures over it. But.
Okay. Turn around and get one of my favorite views in all of EPCOT. It's even better with a bunch of people sitting there. It kind of feels like it's just a real fountain in France with people hanging out. Beautiful.
So, is this now your favorite pavilion?
It might be. I think this is number one right now.
You just didn't care for UK at all.
No, that was number one for a short time.
Face coverings must fully cover your nose and mouth at all times, including when taking photographs. The exception would be when eating
Creepery on the last.
The creepery? Yes. I wonder if they're going to close that when the new one opens in the back.
One would assume, but I don't know. Never know with these things. So like that creepery there, does that have mobile ordering or is that just a walk up?
Just to walk up. So this is the display of the Mary Blair history. It also has the amazing passion fruit mousse,
Amazing. And
which
beautiful. You can show
and
it
beautiful.
as we talked about on our weekly Park Talk Live yesterday. The cool thing about the food this time of year is not only is it awesome, it's beautiful because it's healthy.
That is so.
There's some great examples of that.
Here's some of the look of the merchandise: the spirit jersey, the Tervis, the mug, the hat, the poster, a special shirt. But sadly, the masks still are not in stock.
And the queue, which is free.
Oh, here is the famous Miss Ashley Taylor signing some of her works of art.
Hi, Miss Taylor.
She has. We'll walk in and look at some of her art. It's just beautiful. This is one of hers.
That's beautiful.
Hey folks, you just browsing around in our tents?
You can kind of see the Beauty and the Beast and the Hercules piece. There is a queue to get in. Ashley is definitely. There are two artists so far that have really stuck out: Ashley Taylor and McBiff. Who, let me see if I can show you one of McBiff's pieces. It is just on the inside.
Lovely tiki room.
And that Princess and the Frog is also his. I kind of feel like you may want some of this over here, Doobie.
What do we got?
Well, the It's a Small World and the Speedway are pretty cool.
I like the
And
speed.
there's a Horizon one, but this one, yeah,
That's cool. Is that a postcard of it?
that is a postcard of it.
All right. Give me one of those.
Actually, I think this may be multiple because it's 20. Okay, it's all four. It's
Wow.
$24.99. That's an expensive postcard.
All right. I'll pass. But I do like it. Take a good picture of it. I'll print my own. Just kidding.
This art is really cool, but I will show you the thing that will own before this festival is over. It celebrates the 25th anniversary of the Indiana Jones adventure in Disneyland.
That is amazing.
Yeah, I collect many things, works of art. Usually I'm fine with just a print or a postcard, but that is something that I need like the full size of. And
That is a great picture. Is that's not on Shop Disney, is it?
No, it is just here. It is Wonderground. So if when Wonderground returns to Disneyland Resort, they'll have it, at least the print and the postcard. But the actual wrap that is limited to 95, they sold out of their first 5 in the first 2 days.
Wow.
So I walked up, and I'm pretty sure the managers could see the near tears in my eyes. So
Tony made a comment, but I'm not sure if it's appropriate or not. So just in case, I'm not putting it up.
Okay.
Oh no, I get it. Okay, we're good. He's asking, wasn't McBiff a promotional menu item at McDonald's in the late '80s, early '90s? McBiff. Ignore him. So we have a boo in Morocco.
Yes.
And he's actually reaching for something. That's so cool.
This, I did the Figment brush with the masters with Shelley just the other day, and we walked this pavilion 4 times before we actually found that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pigments of Figment. And it's all the different Figment colors. that is normally looks like that.
Wow. That might be my favorite one.
Yeah, it was definitely not an easy one to find, and I can tell just walking through here, seeing people still wandering aimlessly, it's still not easy for them to find.
You know what I like about these walk and talks, Jeremiah?
What do we?
Because I'm limited to the rectangle of this camera, I can't look around at all. It really focuses me on the details of the land, and it's even more immersive in a weird way than being there. And I'm appreciating these pavilions even more than I did when I was there.
No, I completely understand that. As you know, when you guys were living out here and I was still in California, any pictures that were posted out this way, I would, devour. Just like anything that would change, I would zoom in as much as I could when,
Yeah,
with a whole less than a megapixel picture.
those were the days. I love that one. That's my favorite Figment so far. Plus, they have a boo in Morocco, which is my only friend, so I like that place. Donna is in agreement. Yeah, I think I made a good point there, Donna. I'm going to shut up the rest of the show because I can't top that.
Was Morocco your favorite pavilion?
No, it didn't reach that point.
Sorry, we didn't get to explore it that much. Here's one of the festival shops. And a lot of the festival shops just do have the normal festival merch, but this one has a lot of still life photos. Just amazing, amazing thing. And you may be asking why. Jeremiah is saying they're amazing, but he's not focusing on them. Because this is people's jobs. I don't like to focus on the artwork so people can just go like, hey, I'm going to take this still shot like Doobie was and print it out.
Well, you don't need to worry here because our
That,
resolution is less than a megapixel. I understand with photographs.
walking into Japan.
Can't wait to see what character. What are they called? Chalk characters?
Chock full of characters.
Chock full of characters we find in Japan. I'm going to guess.
Go for it.
Big Hero 6.
No, that would make sense.
Can't think of any others.
This will be probably the most random of the entire day. Does that hint help you?
No. I
Okay.
will wait and see. Duffy and Sally Mae.
No, it's Gelatoni.
Gelatoni. I tried. Duffy and Gelatoni?
Yes.
Yeah, that's funny that's who's here. That's hilarious.
The wave of inspiration.
I like that. Can we see the original? And then, very, very cool.
I still love doing this. It's just like the amazement that cameras can do that now on the phones.
Do we have good pictures of all of those? We should do side by side with the original artwork. Do an article.
I will take care of that probably on Thursday.
Sounds good.
I like that person's name that you just posted.
You have a headache, Jeremiah?
I did last night.
Advil 456. For those of you listening on our podcast, that we don't do.
I was like, wait, we're live streaming on everything possible. And we need to work on our TikTok dances.
Well, Tony takes pictures with his tail and spilled gelato. It's artistic for Festival of the Arts. Okay. Gelatoni tips from Tony Betty.
Coming up at the American Gardens Theater, Mariachi Cobra is playing.
They're not doing a Disney set, right?
No, they, surprisingly, in the entire time since they reopened, I've not sat and gotten a chance to watch Mariachi Cobra. But in the past few days, because they're doing their set just before Voice of Liberty, I've sat and watched both. And they do, Mariachi Cobra has the ability to change up their sets quite a bit, but they'll always play like one song from Coco.
Oh, of
And
course.
it's, they've been here since day one. It's them and Voice of Liberty, but Mariachi Cobra was back almost at the start of the parks. I think they actually were here for the opening of the parks. Well, they're the first entertainment. So they may have a few more days over Voice of Liberty at this point.
I would love to hear them do some classic Disney songs in mariachi style. I would buy that album, or kind of a retro thing to say, but you know what I mean. We're in America now, and we have, what's that little mouse called? The Ben Franklin mouse?
Amos.
Amos. That
I'm
is
more concerned about Amos's mouse hole that high up.
They made a little mouse hole for him. Oh my. I'm going to cry at the incredibleness of all these details.
You really need to come out. I feel like as many times we've said that over the past few days, I'm sure that you've already looked at hotels and flights.
As we know, when I scroll my website, I'm constantly seeing prices for flights.
Yes.
So since we're here at American Adventure, you want to once again give our breaking news?
Oh, sure. Let me let's first do this one. Dragon crossing the Delaware. Yes.
Okay. This is the goofiest of them all. I take it back. We're not just going to do side by side. We're going to do ranking the character talk. The talk for a character.
So I'm not sure how the reception will be in here, so let me know when it's time to run out.
So far, so good.
So the American Heritage Gallery, which changes out their displays every few years, currently does have the Native American. And this, wow, they've actually rearranged this a little bit more to give us more space. First off, that's all one piece of wood. So that's amazing. But
cool.
this area, as announced this morning, they'll be changing out this display to make it the the Soul of Jazz exhibit coming this February, and it is inspired by the Disney Pixar film Soul, now available on Disney Plus. So stream away.
Yeah, so no additional charge, no premiere access. You can just get a subscription and watch Soul, which is a really good movie.
Yes. So if you enjoyed the Dragon crossing the Delaware, and you do decide to come in your own Figment costume, you can be your own dragon crossing the Delaware.
Oh my. This is so awesome.
This is why I love doing these with you, Doobie, because you still see it through the eyes of somebody who isn't here.
Because I'm not here.
Yeah.
When did Festival of the Mask? Nope. When did Taste of Epcot International Festival of the Arts? How long does it run?
It runs through February 22nd. So sadly, there is not a long festival, but it is definitely worth it to come out for. And, if we compared side by side the crowds from 2 weeks ago to the crowds today, right now it's just worth it to come out for the low crowds.
Really? Yeah, it does look pretty quiet here. I would agree with that. I like that.
And surprisingly, Sunday when I came, the first weekend, I got here right around noon, and it wasn't even that busy. I mean, as the day goes on, it does pick up a little bit, but it's not like it was, a week and a half ago when it was just shoulder to shoulder.
Have you gotten a lot of grams between the butterflies?
I have not. My selfie butterfly gram picture is not on point.
Not surprised.
So here's one of my favorites, chock full of characters.
That would be Jiminy Cricket.
Yes.
What is he doing exactly?
He's looking at the second star to the right. Not the second star to the right. He's looking at the wishing star.
Oh, thank you. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I thought he was like, what happened to my wall?
Yeah. Why did somebody punch a hole in this wall? We're just cutting through the wine area. Gonna grab something as I'm walking. When you come out, let's go to Via Napolini.
I feel like I missed something with Via Napolini, so I really want to go back. I don't think of it as a great place.
There's your Mona Figment.
Yeah, we are definitely ranking the character chock full of characters. That was funny.
Via Napolini for me, it's good. There's definitely better pizza for me around this area, but I do enjoy eating there. It's a fun place with a large group of people.
Which I've never done because I don't have many friends. We already talked about Abu. I'm a thick crust fan, and I know it's a big thin crust place.
Yeah, Giordano's is my go-to around this area because that is.
I love in Celebration. I just forgot the name of it. Upper crust in Celebration to me has like the second best pizza I've ever had.
So here you can be the screamer. See how fun it is?
With your mask on.
Yes. And all the food booths around the World Showcase do have very pretty food, and some amazing beverages available. And we'll look at this. Lobster lobster ravioli with vanilla saffron cream sauce and shredded chili peppers.
Can you imagine having a job where you just get to go to these parks every day and enjoy the food and walk around?
I do imagine that at times.
Tony Betty, in agreement. Upper crust is fantastic. I love it. Their spinach ricotta pizza. Oh man. Anyway, that's not Disney. That's Celebration.
Yeah. And sadly, it doesn't look like our fine train folk celebrate the Taste of Epcot International Festival of the Arts.
Are the trains running at all?
Wait for it.
Very cool.
This booth over here is one of my favorites. I will talk about it every time it's around. Enemy Inc., which are not only do they have great shirts, and you can choose the color of the art, you can choose the shirt. They added a flannel this year. They screen print it right here, which looks like we could probably get a live shot of a screen print. The people that work for this are just some of the nicest people. Every time I've gotten a chance to interact with them, they will sit there and talk for quite a while.
Was this machine created by Maurice?
I think so. I think he was the innovator of the screen print. And of course, it's always a great idea to stop and focus on a screen print when it's not quite ready.
While we wait for the screen printing, we just saw the Germany train. For those of you who think Epcot is not for toddlers, come to the Germany train and watch the long and stand there and have a great time.
Ta-da!
That's all it takes?
That's all it takes. Look
Is
at how
that
nice that
dry?
is. Yes, they do have to dry. They have a dryer right there. This is the pricing for the different types of shirts.
Wow, cool. Wonder what sizes they have.
I believe they have a small to 3X. Let me ask the customer over here. What size shirts do they have? What size shirts?
We've got ladies and youth sizes as well as unisex, small through triple X in most instances.
Triple X. That's what I thought. Thank you very much, Brad.
If I brought my own 5X, would they do it for me?
Do you want me to ask?
Okay, my wife said no. And she's smarter than I am, so we're going to go with no. Tony Bennett said, upper crust is not Disney, but at least into celebration. We did a whole post about Portillo's yesterday. So where's the line? The line is, what do people want to read about? We can easily do an upper crust. Lots of Disney fans want to go visit Celebration anyway because it's Disney roots. So,
I can remember the first time I visited Celebration. It was very much the Stepford Wives feel.
you know what? That's exactly where I want to live. It does have that antiseptic feel, and that is my dream life.
So look in the clocks.
Very cool. That would be Pascal blending
Correct.
Where's
So
Fortran?
this one is a bit of a challenge, and I'm just going to pop my head in really quickly. So when people are like, "What's going on?" So there's another Pascal. We're just going to pop our heads in the exit, but we can't do that. So this is where the challenge comes in because the brush with Figment is in the caramel shop,
Which has a Q?
which has a Q.
Then we will just.
Oh wait, we can cut through here.
Okay. What country are we in right now? Italy?
We are in Germany.
Germany.
But now I'm wondering because they must have moved it.
You weren't the only one that ran into this issue.
Moved it down that way? Thank you very much. Good.
I'm glad you're loving it, Donna. We're having a good time too. I'm really enjoying this one.
So that explains a lot. The customer right away is like, "Are you looking for Figment?" Because you had to wait in the line to get into there. But
There is Le Figment. No, we're not in France. We're in Germany.
at the heart of all creation.
Where's the original? What is this one called?
At the heart of all creation.
Oh, that's why you said that. I like that one. That would be pretty high on the list we're going to do.
Yeah, I will attempt to snap pictures of all of these later this week, and then that way next week we have another a taste of International EPCOT Festival of the Arts article.
And then we'll fly down and we'll do a first-hand report on what it's like to visit the International Festival of the Arts.
So here is the queue to get into the Werther's Caramel shop. So that's why they relocated it to someplace different.
Is it worth it? Is it something special?
Werther's?
Yes.
I'm not a big caramel person. Caramel.
Can't even pronounce it.
So to me, they have the caramel-covered popcorn that people love. Again, two things that I'm not huge fans of. So,
Ad Bill says it's weird to see Christmas stuff. Can you go through that again?
I completely agree. Christmas stuff for me is, I love I enjoy Christmas, but when it's this time, we're 12 days removed from New Year's. It's time for it to go.
But why is it still there?
Because they schedule it every year to run the week following the marathon weekend, which would have been this past weekend. So this will run all of this will be here through the rest of this week. And any Disney fan knows the name Greg McCullough. Has some beautiful art. A lot of these are available, I believe, on Shop Disney.
We're now crossing over to the outpost.
Yeah, no.
They have any characters here?
They do not. That's one of the weird things. In the past years, they've had Timon and Pumbaa in this area, but sadly they did not place them here this year.
Interesting, very interesting.
Yeah, you can tell that Jeremiah loves the Festival of the Arts, that he can tell you what characters were where and what years.
Very true. And then we are at the bridge that's no longer used to bring the globe in every day.
Yeah, we can't really see anything. We're not going to head too deep into China to see if we can find anything. But here is the Pop Gallery. Some beautiful art. They were longtime residents of Disney Springs, and hopefully will be returning to a new location rather than just their pop-up shop.
What's in that location now at Disney Springs?
Everglades.
Our last live stream from Disney World had Jeremiah sampling Everglades. It was amazing. Oh, we have a question. Did we walk by Jared Mariumaku?
Yes, we did. He was back by Ashley Taylor's. His artwork, we just tweeted out some of his corner. Sadly, Jared can't make it out this year because he is based out of California, and with all the transportation concerns and everything. But he has said that his plan is to be out next year. If you go onto his Instagram, or as I said, our Twitter, we have the pictures. He has some Star Wars, Mandalorian actually characters. I know he had a few other ones, but off the top of my head, I can't remember. He is a friend of Laughing Place, so we can't recommend his artwork enough.
So in China, I would expect to see Mulan here, or at least Mushu.
Do you have another choice? Also, do you like Phoenix wings?
Oh, we really need Jeremiah getting all the wings. I don't know how you got out of that this year.
Look, it's little brother.
Oh, it's little brother. That's adorable. Underrated character, little brother.
Yes. This again was one of those Figment paintings that was a challenge to locate because everybody's focusing in that way. But
Oh, what's the original? That has surpassed Morocco as my favorite.
the Ox and the Dragon.
I love that one.
That would be. I know that they have these on the Art on Demand at the Art of Disney shop, but like a postcard set of these would be very interesting. Now we can get a little bit closer to little brother chasing the bone.
Oh, that's adorable. Hey, Jeremiah, it's Rebecca here.
Yes.
Hey, I popped over to Instagram and checked out Jared's feed, and he has 4 pieces at the festival. One celebrates what he calls a symphony of cute, and that's kind of the characters from the Philhar Magic, and then
Hmm.
he one with the Mandalorian universe, like you were talking about. He also has one that's various sidekicks. You see Sir Hiss, you see Jiminy Cricket, you see Simone, you see Timothy Mouse, and then finally he has one celebrating Stitch, and it's Stitch in a variety of poses from the film.
Thank you. Yeah, the Mandalorian one is the one that stood out to me. I love the sidekick one because it has some, random characters in there. But the Mandalorian, they actually have a very large wrap of it on display. It's one of those things. Jared is. I almost always buy one of his pieces each year, uh, and I have a closet full of his prints sitting in my room.
Yeah. No, is that Yoo-hoo! Oh, and Cricket. Is that his name?
Cricky, you're right.
Cricket. Had it right first time. John is a big fan too. Next up,
The Spirit of Northern.
oh man, I was trying to think of the name from Frozen and I blanked. Avondale?
Arendelle?
Arendelle. So I can't think of any characters they would have here other than characters from Frozen. Olaf.
Oh, I won't ruin it.
Is this Q for Frozen Ever After?
It is. Actually, when I was walking around just before we started, the queue was almost all the way inside the building. So, you know, for those of you who are looking for good tips for visiting Walt Disney World, start at the other side of the park and work your way forward. It may be more walking, but you're going to go that way anyway, and you will only have to wait 20 minutes for Frozen Ever After as opposed to 60. I'm trying to. No, they have 20 minutes posted still, but it was 20 minutes, and the line was just right about here at this
So
umbrella earlier.
it is worth a 60-minute wait. It is the best dark ride Disney has ever created. The best non-thrill ride in all of Disney World, right, Jeremiah?
I don't know. Would you call Rise a thrill ride or?
Yes, I would. I know Tony agrees with me. Oh, is that the Screamer?
Mm-hmm.
That's goofy. That is just goofy. That is
And
the bottom of the
it's
list.
called, the title of it is One Little Scream. So here's something that we haven't gotten any pictures of, but
Oh, Viking years.
yes, with the horns. Which the other day when I was walking through, I saw people wearing them. Often people will have their own ears from Etsy or the other places that make ears, and I kept going, "Those are those real?" And then I saw like 5 other people with them and realized, yes, they are real, and they are $29.99.
Jeremiah standing right across from the great selling shop.
Oh, okay.
Layla, Layla.
This morning, I almost had to get some school bread, but I realized I needed something more substantial, so I went with grilled cheese and tomato soup.
Advil says that is now his favorite or her favorite painting. Well, since Marathon Weekend would have been last weekend, we should take a moment to get to the front of that statue there. My wife just sprayed some Layla on me. I'm so happy.
I do love walking through there. That is one of those smells that will always be Epcot to me.
I love that the Walt Disney World Marathon passes by this statue, even though most people don't even know what it is. Oh, there's Olaf. There's Olaf. No, there's no bunnies.
Snoogies.
Easy.
There's the walkway.
I know, that's why I'm like.
There is a statue dedicated to Greta White, the first woman to run the marathon in under 2.5 hours. Former world record holder, all-time great long-distance runner. I like it. And I like that the marathon goes right by it.
There's a look at the barges. I wish that we could, make our view what I can see. Because from there it's like, oh, those don't look too large. Yes, they are large.
It's taller than the Dolphin Hotel.
If we aim it correctly, it'll be taller than the Eiffel Tower. Here's another one of these fun photo ops. It's even more fun to watch people do it.
It is. The mariachi band is not here, but they are at the Garden Theater.
Yes.
They're here.
And this one, okay, this was my biggest fear for this walk around was going into Mexico because as we've seen, the queue to get inside this pavilion can reach back to Norway. It looks like most people right now are just stopping to take photos, so we should make it in pretty quickly.
Good. Then let's make the effort. The only indoor pavilion in World, all indoor pavilion in World Showcase, the Mexico Pavilion.
When was the first time you guys made it out here, Doobie?
Ever?
Yes.
My first visit was 1997.
Okay, so when you made it out here, because that wasn't too long from when I was out here, they hadn't added all the extra lights inside the pavilion, so it still had the Blue Bayou feel.
It used to be darker than it is now?
Yes.
Because it's still pretty dark in there.
There is one of our character, chock full of characters.
Who is that?
From Coco, the dog in his spirit form. I am not saying the words because I will mess them up so badly right now. I'm not even going to try. I will just use my basic English.
Isn't that redundant? Basic English? Star Wars joke. While we wait, quick reminder. 4 o'clock today, 4 hours from now, 4 p.m. Pacific time, Barely Necessities will be on the same channel. So if you're watching us, and then at 7:30 p.m. Pacific tonight, Disney Trivia Live tonight featuring contests on WandaVision, WandaVision, which debuts Friday, and Stay Wet Disneyland Edition. So 2 contests tonight's Disney Trivia Live. Please be sure to tune in, as well as Barely Necessities at 4 p.m. featuring Becca and Rebecca.
I'm sorry, what was the second game for trivia tonight? It was Disneyland.
One is Stay Wet Disneyland Edition, and the other is WandaVision.
So you're asking trivia questions about shows that like Mac has seen?
It's probably going to be more about the character and what it's already done than the show actually coming up, since no one has seen it except for Mac.
I will try to make sure that I can stay awake before that this evening, just because who wrote this WandaVision trivia?
It was written by a friend of the show, Nick Morgan. Why, are you questioning him?
Oh no, it's always interesting to see how those focus, because I know Nick has a very broad range of things. So when I think WandaVision, I think of the TV show that's not yet aired. But when I think of like the things Nick may come up with about Wanda, it could be very Avengers based. I don't know if it'll be very comic book based.
Here's one question, one preview question. Some of you want to tune in later.
Thanks for visiting us
Learn
today.
the answer.
For the health and safety of everyone, Face coverings must fully
I'll wait
cover
for the
your
announcement.
nose and mouth and
Thank you.
everyone at all times, including when taking photographs. The exception would be when eating or drinking while stationary. This, and throughout the line, will be asked to leave. Wash your hands often and thoroughly. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing. Maintain physical distancing. Thank you.
This film, nope, wrong one. What Hungarian dish did Vision attempt to cook for Wanda?
Wow. That's a question right there. Like,
Yes.
I can picture the scene, but I couldn't tell you. Like, I'm sure the options would help me, but
I won't give you that much.
yeah, that's kind of more of what I was thinking, where it'd be more about the films and her appearance in
Yeah,
those.
definitely not the comic.
As a long time friend of Nick Morgan, I can say that I don't think it's possible for somebody to be more excited about something than he is for Wonder Vision. So I think this is merely an outlet for that incredible excitement and anticipation.
I am very excited for WandaVision, especially, well, one, because we've gone more than a year without any Marvel MCU, which definitely causes withdrawals, but also the premise and just the stuff we've seen about WandaVision looks like it will be on that fringe of just completely weird.
It looks so weird, which is great. Which is great. Very excited myself, which I didn't expect to be. I'm not nearly the Marvel fan so many others are.
And that comes out on the 15th, and there are 2 episodes on, again, Disney Plus.
Plus, if you are watching this stream and don't have Disney Plus, get Disney Plus.
You're
Less
late.
price of an expensive cup of coffee.
Yeah. Wait, how much is it now? Is it still $7.99 a month?
Has it gone up yet? You know these things. I'll find out. I'm on it.
Because if you think about it, a donut from Everglades is $5.50. A
That's
cookie from Gideon's is $6.
It is currently $6.99 a month. You can get the bundle for only $13 a month, $12.99, which includes Hulu and ESPN Plus. Or you can even save some money, get Disney Plus for a whole year for $70. So it ends up being only, my math is bad, but less than $7 a month. Basically,
So
you get 2 months free.
when I first came here, they didn't have the string lights. They just had the ambient lighting.
Ambient.
So it was much more um, Blue Bayou feel.
Yeah, it's kind of bright in here, but still a great feeling of darkness. I love that about Disney parks. They allow it to get dark.
You guys can come right up here and boat ride here in a second. I don't know if it.
So the biggest challenge with this pavilion is the tequila bar and the attraction. So the tequila bar has a longer line than the Three Caballeros attraction, and we do not know if Donde Está Donald.
You found it. What is this one called?
Landscape near the volcano Figment.
That's cool. This is definitely upper tier.
Yeah, this one is one of those ones that we need lights on to take the picture, but there's the original. So there we go. We did it. We completed our brush with Figment. Also, if anybody wants Jeremiah to walk around wearing one of these, please just donate. Do not. No. I would, but I put one on I posted a picture on my personal Facebook page of me wearing it because years ago, when I worked for the Walt Disney Travel Company, I came here with my manager at the time, and we all took these silly pictures wearing sombreros.
Would look good on you.
the tiny one definitely makes it. The more ornate one that is, I believe it's $60. That is something that should be put on display, not worn through the parks as you're drinking around the world.
Tony, we're not sure if the Donald Topiary is still there. We were just talking about that. But yes, the final Donald when they're at the Hollywood Bowl is missing and replaced by a topiary. At least as of our last visit.
Yeah, we will check on that later on. And there he is in normal form.
There you go. Is that all for the chocolate characters too?
That is all for the chocolate characters also.
I think we can draw to a close.
Yep. Well, let me pull out the prize that we all get.
Okay.
Let's move away from the speakers here. This is actually one of the out of all of the different scavenger hunts. I love this one because it is very unique and fits perfectly.
Did you do that on purpose?
What?
Very unique.
No. It is unique.
Unique by definition is one. Very unique.
Yes.
Doesn't make any sense.
Like super excited. Yeah.
No, super excited is okay.
So after you finish your entire brush with Figment and you put the stickers on, imagine all the stickers are there because you cannot get these things off. You go to one of the redemption centers and you get a Figment puzzle. And the fun thing about the Figment puzzle is you put it together and there's also a Spaceship Earth piece.
Not colored properly, but it's nice.
Yeah, so there is that. That's the fun prize. They have, I believe, Mickey and Donald. I know that we'll have some pictures up. And next week when we do the side-by-side and the full rundown of this amazing scavenger hunt, we'll have the pictures of those up.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jeremiah. Thank you for ending on this view. I love any view of rippling water. And thank you for the trip. This has been one of my favorite walking talks. I've gotten even more appreciation of this beautiful park. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for walking and talking with me. And hope everybody likes, subscribe, follows, pays attention. Because I believe tomorrow I will be at Disney's Hollywood Studios and we'll be doing a walk talk at 9 a.m. Pacific. And then the following day, I will be at Universal doing another walk and talk, and I don't recall that time.
That is also at 9 a.m. Pacific. So
okay.
Make sure if you're on YouTube, you subscribe, you ring that bell, you get notified when we go live, and join us, be a part of our walk and talks. Thank you so very much, and we will see you in the future.